Welcome everybody to IITA. We're happy to work very closely in the breeder seed component or pre-basic seed component with our brothers at NRCRI. IITA and NRCRI for the last 50 years have been working to produce cassava varieties that will help farmers in Nigeria and by extension all over Africa. And in Nigeria, there are currently 46 released cassava varieties with many additional varieties in the pipeline. So how do we get those materials out to farmers? Because has not been sufficient adoption of those varieties as yet in Nigeria, although there has been a lot of experience with a few of those varieties. So pre-basic seed or breeder seed is the foundation of the pipeline for production of seed for improved varieties. And we're partnering very closely with the other components to make sure that high quality seed of these improved varieties is available to people in Nigeria, and that this is available in a commercial type system with guaranteed high quality through certification processes, so that this high quality seed is in fact available. So one of the things we're doing in this project is testing and deploying a very promising technology called SAH, semi-autotrophic hydroponics. And the important word there is autotrophic, because as you can see here, these plants are green. This is a box of SAH plants. These plants are green and they're ready to go out to the field. So what we'll be happy to show you today, both in the posters and the demonstrations here and in the tours later on today, is this process that we just learned about in the last year, and we've already piloted at IITA, and we're ready to really see if this can be an important part of the cassava seed value chain. So with SAH, what's different than conventional cassava stem multiplication is that instead of having stems that are propagated each year, we start from tissue culture plants that are virus-free, and we multiply the planting material in growth rooms to produce large quantities of starter plant material that are essentially like seedlings. We transplant those seedlings to the field, and the first generation of stems are of a different quality than what we've had in the past. And we're learning what that quality effect is during this project, but we're also taking this great opportunity to have sufficient quantities of many different varieties that have not been in sufficient quantity in the past. So with SAH, with a room that's 20 meters squared, you could produce enough planting material to plant about 10 hectares of pre-basic seed fields. And that's what's really exciting about this. In a very small area with trained staff, we can actually produce large quantities of planting material. And as by extension, the basic seed producers and the commercial seed producers will be able to produce and scale out varieties much faster than in the past. So in addition to that, within this breeder seed component, we have what are called demand creation trials, because there's no sense in producing a lot of planting material for something that farmers do not want and processors do not want. So in these demand creation trials, these are larger plots than we normally do in demonstrations. We want to have sufficient amounts of roots available of different varieties so that farmers and processors can experience the varieties and decide what they want to demand, what they want to buy, and then we can focus our seed production in that way. So we'll continue on with this component with Dr. Agassi.